Hello everyone, thanks for joining us on the news this hour. Well, we are following very closely developments in the ongoing Anambra Governorship election, where accreditation, voting, sorting and counting have now ended in some polling units of Anambra South Senatorial District. Dimala polling units 101 and 102 in Inewi South Council area of the state, voting went seamless, with a large number of voters participate in the exercise. A candidate in the election raised alarm of voter inducement. According to him, it compromises the integrity of the exercise. Sorting and counting have ended in the primary health center there, with larger number of persons deciding to wait till their votes were counted. Senator representing Anambra Central, Victor Omer, commended INEC for putting up such milestone. He frowned at the allegation of fielding underage and vote trading in the country's electoral system. Security agencies maintain a strong presence to ensure smooth and orderly electoral process. And our next report captures the process since it all began this morning.
Across Anambra State, residents turned out to exercise their civic responsibility as accreditation and voting went on at various polling units. Observers and voters commended the process, describing it as well organized and peaceful. At Governor Chukwuma Soludo's hometown ward, Isuofia in Agwata local government area, polling officials arrived ahead of time, and a large crowd of voters was already waiting when the polls opened. Governor Soludo and his wife Nonye Soludo cast their votes at 1:20 p.m., describing the process at their unit as smooth and well organized.
One way to say it is that it's been relatively very peaceful and going on smoothly. Some places, some glitches here and there, but like some polling units, I got a report in Olumbanasa that were not where the beavers wasn't working, were not working as expected. But all said and done, I think on the average it will be said to be going on smoothly and as expected.
Similarly, APC candidate Nicholas Ukachukwu cast his ballot, urging voters to remain calm and law-abiding, while allowing the electoral process to run its course.
From what I've been hearing from here and there, there'll be hitches, small problem here and there. There'll be security challenges here and there. But loudly, there'll be vote buying. Vote buying. Specific. Vote buying. And then that has become the biggest menace that actually will shunt this country to a point of standstill. But it will come to a point that when people get the opportunity to be in power, they don't have to do anything.
Earlier, Labour Party candidate George Mogalu also voted, raising concerns about widespread vote buying in parts of the state, alleging inducements ranging from 10,000 to 15,000 naira being offered to influence voters. At various polling units, elderly voters, including women in their 70s, were actively participating alongside younger voters, highlighting the inclusive nature of the election. Some polling units like Udiozo Primary School 2, Units 017 and 18, recorded low voter turnout, with only a fraction of registered voters casting ballots. Security personnel remain on hand to maintain order. The Nigerian police force and sister security agencies intensified air and ground surveillance across the state, deploying helicopters and coordinating tactical units to ensure a peaceful, orderly, and credible election. In some polling units, sorting and counting of votes commenced around 2:30 p.m. as electoral officers began to collate results. Officials worked meticulously to ensure accuracy while maintaining transparency at each stage. As the day progresses, electoral officers continue to ensure a smooth and transparent process. From Oka, Isuofia, and other parts of Anambra State, residents await the outcome of the exercise, which is expected to produce the next governor of the state.
Meanwhile, the Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Oyeka has commended the peaceful conduct of the governorship election in Awka South local government area and the impressive turnout of voters. However, some electorate decried incidents of vote buying and voter apathy in parts of the area. Ikinamechi has more.
As early as 7:30 a.m., INEC officials arrived at the Umuorama Ward 1 polling station in Awka South to set up materials ahead of the 8:30 a.m. commencement of voting, with eager voters already on ground waiting for the process to begin. A few kilometers away in Mbauku, voting commenced around 8:45 a.m. at Central School 3, where mostly elderly voters turned out in good numbers
the
to
election
exercise
is
their
good.
franchise.
Everywhere is calm. There's no problems. Today's election is good.
Things are moving smoothly. You can see the environment. There is decorum.
Shortly afterward, the Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Onyekachi Ibezim, arrived alongside his wife to cast their votes.
I stood on the line, and it was quite commendable, the speed. But it's too early to make a general statement or conclusion on the whole process. Okay, mine is I've not gone round. I am just here. My house is a stone throw from here, and you can see I came here with my wife. And all I can say for this center is that it's peaceful.
At the Oye Market Square polling unit, the running mate of one of the major party candidates alleged cases of vote buying in some polling areas.
One of the challenges we're getting from the voters, and our agents is that there's a great deal of inducement. There's a great deal of vote buying. Let people who feel that we are the party that should be able to represent them go out there and vote. But no doubt our agents are giving reports of massive vote buying across the state.
In contrast, another party candidate expressed satisfaction with the process, applauding INEC for the timely deployment of materials and personnel.
I am happy with INEC, and I'm happy so far in this very particular polling unit. And as far as some other places, as I'm getting reports.
In a surprise visit, the Director General of the NYSC, who toured some polling units, commended corps members serving as ad hoc staff and assured them of their safety throughout the exercise.
And the essence of my coming around is just to give them that assurance, that moral support, that we are with them, we've got them, and the issue of their security, welfare, administration, that we've ironed out with INEC in Abuja, even at the state level prior to this day. And I think so far so good from the report I've received from them.
Ikenna Amechi, TVC News, Awka.
And the Nigeria Police Force says it's intensified area surveillance operations at sorting and counting end in some polling units. The police says the measure is part of a wider security strategy to ensure a peaceful, safe and transparent electoral process. Police air patrols are working in synergy with ground troops, marine operatives and tactical units already stationed in strategic locations. The area teams are monitoring movement patterns, detecting suspicious gatherings and providing real-time intelligence to support quick response by ground commanders. The force says it remains neutral and professional, pledging to protect voters, electoral officials and materials throughout the polls.